Hi y'all! Today's video is gonna be a little different, not a little different. So I'm not trying any new products today, but I am, well, that's not true. I am wearing a new sunscreen right now. Definitely makes my skin look very plump and juicy kind of looking. But we are going to be trying a little trend that I kind of came up with myself. And basically I am going to do what I consider the opposite of what I usually like to do with my makeup. So for example, if I usually like to go colorful on something, I'm gonna go neutral. If I like to do my lips a certain way, I'm gonna go do it an opposite sort of way to try and go against what I normally do and try something just kind of out of my routine. Because I feel like I've been in a routine for a little while and I want to try something, maybe not new, but something that I normally don't. So if you're interested, keep watching. So I'm definitely not going to go against my normal primer idea because it's hot here in North Carolina. Like, it is hella hot here in North Carolina and I am not going outside without sunscreen. So we're going to keep sunscreen on because we're going to protect that skin. But I am going to use a clear brow gel. So that's what I'm using right now, is a clear brow gel from Sephora. And we're gonna just do our brows like this first. Just get them all saturated and just kind of shape them as I want them. Ta-da! And then I'm gonna go in with my Amy Collet. I am so sorry. I'm gonna go in with my Amy Collet pencil. It is in light brown and we're just gonna fill in the brow. So I usually, lately, I've been kind of on my lazy girl brows, which is, you know, just a brow gel and go about my day, a tinted brow gel and go about my day. But I'm actually going to take a minute and just do some brush strokes. We're just going to go through one more time and just fix that up. All right. Brows are done. And we're gonna go in with basically a skin tint because I'm usually a more medium, I've been changing up, but I typically go for a more medium coverage to full coverage. And I have not been doing that lately. So skin tint it is. And I'm gonna use a beauty blend, well, a sponge, and it has Glow Space on it. I thought, in the words of Giselle, who owns Glamlight, where I got this sponge, that it'd be iconic to do my base makeup with it. So here's to being iconic. And we're gonna use a sponge instead of a brush and just pad. I just haven't done this in a long time. I have not just patted my foundation in. So we're just gonna do that. Make sure to get the forehead. Oh, another reason this is kind of the opposite of what I normally do is it is very glowy. So I just put down a more glowier, sunscreen, and then I just did a bunch of glowy skin tint on top, but that's fine. So there we go. Say goodbye to Ghostface because, well, maybe we'll use him a little later, but that is what we're using for now. I now have a skin tint on. All right, this is where we're gonna diverge a little. So I'm gonna get my Nars matte soft matte concealer. And we're gonna do something a little different. We're not gonna use Denazomyrix. We're not gonna use any of my safety nets. And we're gonna use that as my base. I am going to do something else to kind of help with this a little bit, but we're just gonna use this as my eyeshadow primer today, using a concealer instead of an eyeshadow base. All right, so I got that down. But what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna get a fluffy brush and I'm gonna take this Kosas powder right here and, come on, There we go. We're gonna swirl it around and we're gonna use this to set it. We're gonna use some powder to set my eyeshadow base, which is my concealer and not my normal eyeshadow base. But we're gonna see if this will keep everything in place. Now, because we are doing the opposite, I am going to, in the spirit of things, I am not going to use my buffers. I am just going to do this freehand, so no tape. And we're gonna use my Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, just the OG one. Yes, I understand there's cracks in it. Please don't judge. I don't know how it happened. I just opened my thing and there it was. And I'm gonna use this, and I'm only gonna use mattes because I'm doing the opposite. I'm just doing a matte look. No shimmer, because I always do shimmer, and I'm doing a neutral matte look. So we're just doing a quick matte look with this one. It's just going to be like, it's gonna be kind of simple, like, because normally I would put a bunch of like effort and time and just detail work, but I guess what the opposite of my normal look is, just natural. So I am trying my best to do, I guess, more natural makeup on this. We'll see how that goes, to be quite honest. Okay, so I went into this like kind of neutrally shade right here, just as that intro. Then I'm gonna go into this deeper shade right here. And we're gonna go into the corner. We're just gonna kind of go into that socket area. But we're just gonna deepen that corner. Just go into the socket area right there. Okay. And then, to give me some semblance of normal, I'm gonna go into the shade right here. It's kind of just a matte, light tone shade. And we're gonna put it as almost like a shimmer shade, but it's just matte, which feels so weird, but we're gonna do it. Just gonna tap a little there, mix a little there. Ooh, a little bit more blending right in that corner. All right, and then we're just gonna connect under with that first shade I went into. And just wow, okay. I am feeling some kind of way about this look. Like, it doesn't look awful, don't get me wrong. I'm not like thinking it's awful. I don't know how to feel about it. All right, I will be right back with the other eye. Oh, dang it. Okay, so I usually use an lash curler after this, but we're not. And I usually use waterproof, which I'm not. We're just gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Exager-Eyes Volume Mascara. We're gonna raw dog this. So we're just gonna wiggle, 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 wiggle. I feel like one of my sets of eyelashes is gonna handle this better than the other, but not by much. Like, this eye, I think, is gonna handle this a lot better. I think my other is just not gonna handle this well. So we will see. This isn't a bad look though. Like, I'm not trashing this look. Just the realization of like what I can't do because I'm trying something different is my issue. Is like, I want to do my routine, and then realizing my routine is off the table is my issue. See, it's holding kind of up for now, but I don't expect it to stay that way throughout the day. But We're gonna do it. See, like the fronts are already starting to droop, and that's my issue. Oh, see, already drooping, dang it. Okay. Well, we're gonna have one pretty eye today, and the other we're not. All right, now my next one is we're gonna go in with a lighter concealer. I'm gonna use my Refy concealer. I usually use something with a little bit more coverage. We're not skipping the spot conceal. I don't care. I don't care if that breaks the rules or not. We are covering the blemishes because my skin has been having something, and we're bringing out Ghost Face again. We're just gonna use the sponge to do that. Maybe too big of a sponge. That's fine. That's fine. We will live with it. All right. I don't know what that is. And we're just gonna go where I usually use a lot more full coverage concealer, but this one's a little lighter. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm not freaking out. Not at all. I mean, the only thing I'm kind of freaking out over is wonky lash over here who won't stay up. Fun. But we continue. We continue. All right. So I usually use contour. We're going to use bronzer. Not a big deal. I'm going to use the Sephora bronzer. We're just going to get a brush and we're going to bronze. We're going to be a bronzy goddess today. Nothing weird. I feel weird. I feel like I am not. I don't know. I feel like I'm just not in proper attire. Like it feels weird. Like looking at myself this way instead of how I normally do my face, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't look bad. It just odd. It looks odd comparatively. Okay. Now this one, since I don't really have like a super preferred way of blush, I'm gonna go with a color that I normally don't go for. It's pretty, don't get me wrong, just it's not a color I reach for. It's She's Wanted from the Patrick Ta blush. And you'll see why in just a second. This is the color. She's kind of bold, like a beautiful like wine red color. But like, I am nervous because these can be very pigmented. And as we can see, it's already showing quite a bit. And I just barely dipped in. So like we're here. We are here with this color. It's a very pretty color, don't get me wrong, just not the color I normally go for. And I think I did a little too much on one side. Like this side looks very like pretty and flushed, and this side looks like a little overdone. Thank gosh I did not do cream and then powder. We're just gonna take some of that and just fix that a little bit. Okay. Gosh, I look weird. All right, lips. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna do lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, all that good stuff. We're gonna go a different route. So I am still gonna go with a lip liner. I'm gonna go with the Kind Words matte lip liner from Rare Beauty in, what color do I have mine in? Gifted. And we're gonna line my lips just very loosely. I also picked this one because it's harder to sharpen, so it'll give like less of a defined look. All right. Definitely not my normal color. I I've been working on not picking up reds as much and just using the reds I have. But here's where we go into it. So I have this O Face Shimmer Balm from e.l.f. and that's what we're gonna put over it. That's all we're gonna do. Is loosely line my lips and then put the glitter balm, the shimmer balm on it, and that's it. That's all we're doing for my lips. So they're just hydrated. They're very hydrated and loosely lined. Okay, so you cannot convince me to do one thing, but I am going to do it a little differently. How about that? So, powder. Powder is important. I'm gonna go in with the Kosas because it is one of my lighter powders, and I'm only gonna do my nose. So we're just gonna do the nose. We're gonna do the forehead. And we're gonna do the chin. Other than that, nothing else is getting done. Okay, maybe a little under the eyes, but I'm not going in with a separate powder for it. So, there we go. Powder done. I don't know how I'm doing. This is pretty, don't get me wrong. I want to say this doesn't look like me, but technically this does look like me if I don't wear makeup. I guess with the logic that we've been going with, I guess I'll just not do, what am I not doing? Setting spray. Because I don't really have any, like, different setting sprays. Like, they're all mattifying, they're all... Oh, I do have, I have this Urban Decay All Nighter Hyaluronic Acid one. So we can use this. So. It smells very good. Smells delicious. But we will use that. My face is so wet. I don't know how else to say it. My face is so wet. And my eyelashes over here are going wonky. Like they're not staying. I'm sorry. While my face dries, I'm gonna do a last ditch effort to make this a little less wonky and see if I can fix it just a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna break my rules for like 5 seconds because that eyelash was just looking wonky. We are not doing wonky eyelashes on this show. We are gonna look slightly human on this. Oh my gosh, this is, oh, my makeup heart is hurting. And then for finally, we're gonna do a liquid highlighter. So I have a She Glam one in Vanilla Frost. Here it is. And we're just gonna, I very rarely use liquid ones, not because they're awful, just because I don't usually mess with them. But we're gonna take a brush. We're gonna highlight. We're not gonna do any inner corner because that's what I'd normally do. And we're not gonna do any nose highlight because that's what I'd normally do. This is a pretty highlighter. It's just you don't normally do liquid. I feel like it's messy. I like certain liquids, but it's just a little messy for me. This is what it looks like. Oh my gosh, my eyelashes are falling again. Okay, that's just gonna be my curse today. Is I'm gonna have wonky eyelashes. But this is the completed look. Don't get me wrong, I look pretty. I don't look like me. I guess I look like me, but I don't look like me. There's a difference. Like, I kind of look like me. Like I'm almost not wearing makeup, but I don't look like me in the sense that I don't look like how I normally would look in makeup, and it's weird. It's so... I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about any of this on my face. I'm just here. Okay, here we are. Makeup's on, I guess. All right. Okay, this is me attempting to do makeup opposite of how I normally do makeup. No shimmer, no brow gel, no mattifying sprays, no heavy duty powders, none. Let me know if y'all decide to do this. If you decide to do the opposite of what you normally do. I would love to see it. I would love to see what you do with it. Cause this is off for me. I'm trying to process the fact that there's no shimmer on my eyes. But I don't look bad. I keep saying I don't look like me, but I just don't look like me. And it's odd. But that is all I have for y'all today. Let me know how I did. If you think I could have taken it a step further. Honestly, if I really wanted it to take a step further, I just wouldn't have done anything to my face and we could have called it a day. Because I typically like to switch up my makeup, but I think there's just certain things that I get in a normal routine of that I just don't think to try something new. I hope all of y'all have a fantastic day. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Make sure to check me out on Instagram at Captivating Makeup. 2 underscores there. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye! Yeah!